Toyota GR86 Observations Part 1. Manuals, break-in period, gas, oil change, jack, safety items, and that's enough. Hey, hello, how are you? Welcome to Road Odyssey. I am Bert. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And I'm out here with my new 2022 GR86. And hopefully, if you like this video and other GR86 and C8 videos, please subscribe down below. I would really appreciate that very much. Now, I have had reviews on 86s in the past because I had a 2019 86 GT, but I really like this a lot better. More power, still great gas mileage. They all have really good gas mileage, and I really like the display in this a lot better. So there's things that I like better in this car. So anyway, what I want to accomplish in this video are the following topics, and that is the manuals, the break-in period, gas, oil change, jacking, and safety items. I end up spending more time on safety items than I thought I would, but anyway, I do, and that means we need to get into this. Here we go. The manuals. I went out to the Toyota owner's website specifically to download the Toyota 2022 GR86 owner's manual, and I also got the quick reference guide and the multimedia owner's manual as well. This is basically what it looks like when you're getting ready to download the owner's manual. The first thing I wanted to know was, what is the break-in period, and is there any important details relative to the break-in period? At the bottom of page 133 is the most important break-in period info. The break-in is the first 1,000 miles, and they ask you to follow these instructions. Here's what they ask at the top of page 134. Don't race the engine. Do not allow the engine to speed in excess of 4,000 RPM. Don't drive at one consistent speed for a long time, either fast or slow. In other words, you might not even want to use that cruise control. Avoid starting suddenly and rapid acceleration. Avoid hard braking. Gasoline. Page 381 describes the fuel type and octane rating. You are to use unleaded gas, 93 octane or higher. A very important note, if you are unable to get 93 octane, you can use 91. On page 388, it describes being very careful if you use 91 octane because it says no detriment to engine durability or drivability. However, you may hear knocking or pinging. That is not good at all. I highly suggest having an octane boost with you if you think that you're going to need to use 91 octane, and have that octane boost if you start hearing the engine sound funny. Oil changes. From the GR86 website, I found the type of oil filter that is needed. This is where I ended up buying the oil filters off of Amazon. So I got a package of 3 for extremely cheap. You can also find this oil filter on the FT Speed website under the Subaru. In the owner's manual, page 382, they tell you the oil capacity with the filter is 5.3 quarts. Without the filter, 5.1 quarts. The oil capacity listed is a reference quantity to be used when changing the engine oil. You are to warm up, then turn off the engine, wait more than 5 minutes, then check the oil level on the dipstick. The type of oil that you will want to add to the engine, whether it's actually getting burned off or you're doing an oil change, is 0W20. They're wanting to make the point that you buy an engine oil that meets specifications. So be very careful about this. Just don't buy a willy-nilly oil. Buy a good oil. This is a performance sports car. If you want to watch a quick video on an oil change, go out to FT Speed YouTube channel and look up this video. Page 305 of the owner's manual gives you all the body parts that you need to know for doing the oil change. And I thought it might be good just to show you some of the pages for the interior driver's display. Page 306 again has the procedure for checking the engine oil. Run the engine until it's warm. Then you turn it off, wait 5 minutes, and then you begin checking that dipstick. This page also reviews checking the oil type and preparing the items needed to do the oil change. And it shows you exactly where to add the engine oil. I would suggest also completely reading all of this all the way through page 307. Jacking up the car. Jacking instructions begin with using a floor jack on the front just to lift up the whole front of the car. You get that floor jack right dead center and look for that little rectangular section right across that beam at the front of the car. The floor jack position for the rear of the car is at the very back, up under and on the rear diff. If you're going to be changing the tires, page 321 gives you all the instructions for the jacking points and just exactly how to remove the wheels. For example, on the left-hand column of page 321, it says if you have a flat tire on the front left-hand side, then the wheel chock position is behind the rear right-hand side. And you'll see on the right-hand column some of the pictures where they've got that little jack right up behind the front wheels. This is a very good overview of where to position the floor jacks at the grayed out circles in the front and the back, or the support positions, the 4 white rectangles that show you where you might use quick jacks or a lift system and position the little pucks that you would have on those jacks. And these are the positions where you would put the jack for just changing a wheel. Just a few quick pictures of people who are using quick jacks and utilizing those 4 white rectangular positions as where the quick jack connects to the car. You can go out to GR86.org if you want to read more about using quick jacks. And here again, with the quick jacks, and probably with other types of large floor lift systems, you would use these pucks. Safety items that I keep with my GR86. All right, so I am on the floor in my office, surrounded by all kinds of good junk that you could consider carrying in your car for safety and just maintenance or just trying to reduce chaos on a trip. So let me begin going through all the junk that I have here. So I often have a bag just to carry everything in. And this is a Walmart special for $5 or $6. They're really cheap. A couple of little knives, kind of disposal type knives, nothing big and fancy. Some pins. There's some pins. A tire gauge, which, I prefer digital. So if you can get you a digital tire gauge, that would be nice. Safety glasses. Don't have to have them, but who knows? Could be windy, you get stuff in your eyes, or you're by the road with cars going by really quick. You might want to protect your eyes. A little bit of hand sanitizer. We never really carried this stuff until recently. So, but it's not a bad idea to have. A little bit of water. This is a tiny one. I usually carry one or two bigger bottles of water. Flashlight, rechargeable, preferably. And this one's pretty cool. It recharges through the UBS. So, very nice. Also, keep Fix-A-Flat. Hey, isn't that great? And this is a pretty big can because I never know if I don't have a flat, maybe somebody else with a little bit bigger car might, and I could help them if they're stranded. Now, because of the Fix-A-Flat, and who knows, from other stuff, I wear gloves because it's, messy. So just some disposable gloves, nothing fancy, just cheap. You might want to get a little 5-10 pack, whatever, and just keep it around. And because there's always messy stuff within all these things that I have, just some paper towels, napkins, things like that, so you can wipe your hands off or wipe off some of these things if you need to. And of course, bags for trash. Now, because the cars tend to take oil that you may or may not be able to find wherever you are, you might want to keep 1 or 2 quarts. So in this case, I've got 1 quart, and this is exactly the type of oil we need. So keeping some of this around, maybe even 2 quarts, may not be a bad idea. All right, and also for the uniqueness of the car, takes 93 octane. Well, what if you are kind of stranded and all there is 91? Okay, pump in 91. But if the car starts knocking, well, you need to boost up that octane. How do you do that? You get an octane booster. And this one is really common. Find it anywhere. Not going to tell you where. It's just anywhere. Just find it. And that's kind of okay stuff. But I usually prepare, several bottles of Torco. I like Torco. It's really good. A lot of the racing people, Corvette people, all of them use that. Now, because we are operating an item that can catch fire, hopefully not, I have a fire extinguisher. Fire extinguishers are good to have. And these little spray cans, whether it's First Alert or Tundra, these are wonderful. They will work with electronics as well. And, they're just better. Believe me, I've seen them used before. They're better. So, you may not want just one. You may want 2 of these things. Also, you will want, maybe, if you're as anal as I am, you will want cameras. So I like dash cams. If you cannot afford a GoPro, because some of these, unless you get, older or used, they're pretty high dollar. So I really like these little Vivitars. I have used these a lot. And they work just fine. They're cheap, $30-40 at Walmart. Maybe anywhere else, eBay, Amazon, stuff like that. So consider using these. Fantastic. Now, moving over to the other side of the world, I like, if you're stranded on the side of a busy road, or if you're in really kind of a really bad position, you would like to have something that tells people you are stranded and be careful. So I like triangles. And so here's one right here. And it's got the heavy weighted base. So these are fantastic. I get the 3-pack. And I ordered them from Walmart because they are $10 cheaper than most anywhere else. And so I usually only carry 1 in the car and then take the other 2 and give them to somebody else or use them in another one of my cars. So, but if you want to carry the whole 3-pack, hey, that's just 3 times better. Now, to extend this even further, you might want zip ties. So, you get something that gets banged up on your car, you might need some zip ties to kind of pull it back together so it doesn't get all messed up worse. Little ones, or you might actually go for a larger pack or, a larger length. So these are really great. And if your car is jacked up and it's messed up for some reason, you might want to get yourself a socket set, You can pick these things up for really, really, really cheap. Furthermore, you might want some Allen wrenches, screwdrivers. I've got both Phillips and flathead. So there's that. And you might want an adjustable wrench. So consider all this stuff. The tools are things that I rarely take with me. It depends on if it's an older car or newer car. Well, heck, even newer cars have problems. But anyway, that's what I have, and I hope that helps a little bit. Oh, I almost forgot. A tow hook. So get yourself a tow hook. That will really help you from getting your car damaged from the wrong type of wrecker. So anyway, consider all these good things. All right, that'll do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe down below. I would appreciate that very much, and be expecting more of these videos in the near future. So with that, relax, take it easy, and I will see you later. Bye.